Hey guys, this is Nate at Stowe Training Systems. Yesterday I shared with you my top 3 tips to get a flatter stomach. They revolved around eating because that's really I love this joke, the lowest hanging fruit when it comes to a flatter stomach. So start there. It's going to take the least amount of time. It's the fastest to implement. It's the fastest to start to see results. However, if you're anything like me, you don't want to just do 90% of it. You want to do 100%. You're really an overachiever and want to be doing all you can. So that means exercise. Well, with exercise, there's definitely a lot of choices on what are the big 3 that are going to help you trim down, slim up. At the same time, though, I have to think about my typical client and the typical issues they have when they're starting, where their knees or their hips or their back or they've been better. So what can we do? It's a high ROI exercise that's going to help those things get better. And again, it's a high reward, low risk type thing. So first of all, I really like the goblet squat for my clients. Now, if you're not familiar, the goblet squat is where you basically hold a weight up close to your chest like so, and then you do that squatting pattern. I like this because it changes that center of gravity, and when that center of gravity, by having the weight up here, adding that, it's easier for people to find their balance and to actually squat down into a proper pattern. Also, what's interesting is that when this weight's up here, it makes us brace our abs really hard. If you don't brace your abs, you're not going to squat very well. But as soon as people hold it like this, they automatically tighten up, and then that automatically makes them have a whole lot better squat pattern. In fact, it's a little counterintuitive in that actually holding that weight makes it easier than doing it body weight only. So I love that one. It's a multi-joint exercise. It's working your upper body, your core, your legs. It's going to burn a lot of calories doing it. It's going to build a lot of muscle, and it's going to ramp up your metabolism after. So goblet squat's a great one. After that, I like what's called a Romanian deadlift. Now, it's basically an exercise called a deadlift, which is getting really good at standing up with heavy weights. The problem is that traditionally the deadlift means you place a barbell or an object on the floor, you bend down to the barbell, pick it up off the floor, stand up, and put it back down and repeat. However, a lot of my clients have back issues, and that bottom part of that motion, the very bottom when they grab that object to pick it up off the ground, is where they're most vulnerable. This is where they have the greatest threat to having something happen to their back. The Romanian deadlift starts out standing. You're actually standing with the barbell. You get it out of a rack or off something else. It's elevated, and then you lower it. And then I just let them lower it as much as they can without having their back give them the middle finger. Over time, we can make this more challenging by having them lower it lower, until, yes, one day, hopefully, the goal is they can go to the floor. But Romanian deadlift, just like that goblet squat, it's going to build a lot of muscle. It's going to burn a lot of calories doing it. It's going to ramp up your metabolism from doing it. And it's a lot safer on our back than the regular deadlift off the floor. And finally, 3, we could do more, but 3 is a lucky number, the yoga push-up. So the yoga push-up is a lot like your regular push-up. You push up, but then you rock back. And rocking people back and getting their hands over their head, that is basically the exact opposite of Mr. Keyboard or Mr. iPhone. So when we're on the iPhone, we're on the keyboard, we're on the iPad, on the something, you can tell I'm an Apple man. Our shoulders are rolled forward and they're kind of hunched down like this. But at that yoga push-up, when I push up and then I rock back into this stretching position, all those same muscles that are getting tightened up from being on our eye products are now having to get loose. In addition to that, again, this is a compound exercise, so I'm working my entire upper body, my core, my coordination. It's an amazing exercise, and a lot of folks are going to do really well if they just did these 3 over and over and over, and we're sure to incorporate progressive overload. So working with that range of motion, working with the reps, or working with the weight used. Outside of that, guys, I'm offering free coaching calls, so if you like to chat, no obligations to buy anything. I'm really here just going to try and help you out. Just message me, and we can schedule a time and talk. Have a great day.